Hello, welcome to the Awakening Path podcast. This is a place where you come to expand your consciousness. And today I'm here with my beautiful friend Delssy Cabrera, the awakened artist. And she'll share a little bit with us, a little bit of herself, and also all the things that she's doing to help to assist your own awakening. She is an artist. She is also an author and a healer. Delssy, welcome to the Awakening Path.
Thank you, sister. It's a pleasure to be here with you. How are you?
I'm doing great, and even better to have you here with us today.
Thank
And
you.
today, stay tuned because they're also gonna give us a gift in the end. She'll guide us through a meditation, that will be a little sample of the Divine Creator Light Activation. That will be about 10 minutes in the end, so stay tuned. It will really worth. So, Delcy, I always start with the same question. How was your spiritual evolution until now?
Well, my spiritual evolution has gone through different phases. Mostly, I believe it has been a journey of finding my own voice because ever since I was very young, I've always been very sensitive. And little things, had big changes in me. For example, looking at a tree um, was one of those things that, you know, allowed me to feel this overwhelming love. And looking at the sky, and, it took some time for me to realize not everyone is able to feel the way I feel. And it went from feeling like I had to censor myself in order to fit in and in order not to be too much, to realizing, wait, this is actually my gift to the world, sharing and potentially helping others to feel as deep as I can feel. So there's been a lot of spiritual awakenings throughout my path. But I feel that at this point, it's more about embodying and owning what I always knew I had. So this is basically where we're at right now. We're owning all these abilities that we always had. And I'm not a person to dive deep into others' teachings about spirituality. I like to go based on my own guidance. So it's always very interesting to come across a post or a reading or like a note where somebody talks about things that I already feel and I already experience, and they give it a name, and then I'm like, oh, so this is a thing. And now I know how to label it. But I have been guided to just go based on my own intuition, and the information that I've needed comes to me somehow. And then that allows me to realize, wait, I'm not too crazy thinking this can do that for somebody. This is a form of, you know, healing, or this is a form of diving deep into your higher mind, because there are people teaching it. So it's it's been an interesting journey of just like getting to know myself and getting to know like how much I can, you know, present to others from my own perspective so that they can also see through a lens that it's more multidimensional in a way that they too learn how to see life and create life and not just be spectators or stay in that victim mentality, because the truth is that we create every moment of our lives, and we are essentially creating unconsciously most of the time. So why not become conscious of how we create so that we can twist the story a little bit? We can influence how we want our reality to unfold.
That's
So that's
beautiful.
basically been my journey.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. There is a lot to speak about the way you come up to be in the position that you are right now, getting to know more and more about yourself and how you fit on the time that you are living right now with Earth's ascension. But let's change a little bit and talk about your art. Of course, you're surrounded by art right now. And if you don't mind, I'd like you to show us a little bit about your higher self painting that's behind you. Can you
Yes,
bring
so
a little
this one
closer?
right here.
Yes, that one. How art happened to you? And then in the end, if you can explain a little bit how you created that paint, it would be great.
Yes, so like everyone in life, there are things that I've had to overcome as far as an upbringing and a childhood where maybe the programming was not supporting my highest my highest version, and I've had to transmute many things. And painting started out as an expressive outlet, and um, through that outlet, I realized that I had all these things that I needed to let go of. My art at the beginning of my journey was very much, I would call it like a mixture of too many things, too many colors, um, darker shades. And it came to a point where I realized I am painting my inner world. And so I realized, what would happen if I start to use this pattern that reflects my inner world and change it by intentionally changing the way I create art. So that was my biggest breakthrough, because I started to look at other artists' art and connecting how their own art was reflecting their own inner world, getting to know artists one on one. And so I realized, wait a minute, if my art is reflecting some level of chaos and, you know, excessive thoughts and things that are not serving me at this time, what would happen if I intentionally try to express through softer colors, less colors? And by doing that intentionally, I realized that I shifted my inner universe, my inner reality. And I started to heal aspects of myself that I was not aware of. Um, all the fear, all the attachment, all the victim mentality that was not even real anymore. Because if we think about it, the only thing that's real is this moment right now. And at every moment, we have a chance to recreate ourselves and redirect the course of the story that we want to be a part of. So I started to see changes in my physical reality as I started to paint differently, create differently. And it soon turned into I am feeling so much joy, so much love, because I am accessing my higher dimension, my higher self, my higher mind through art. And it became a channeling of all this energy. But I had to let go of all those aspects of myself that I was ready to let go of. And that's where art allowed me to release and clean, free that space so that real channeling and real vibration could just flow through me. And I realized that we're all just outlets of divine energy. And when we're not flowing with this energy of divine love, infinite possibilities, we are blocked, because our most natural state is just to flow with this energy, to be outlets, just like nature flourishes um, without trying. It is divine life force energy expressing through all these creations, and we are part of these creations, and we can also flow with it and allow it to express through us. So that's where intuitive art came to be. I
Wow, that,
realized from the very beginning that I was not painting as an illustrator or as the typical artist paints to um, express a idea or represent something that exists in the outside world. I was painting out of expression. Even at the beginning, it was expression of my inner world. And I was never thinking, oh, I'm going to use this color because this color is very popular and people will be willing to buy a painting that looks like this. Or, as I got in that circle of artistic expression and I started to showcase my art in different galleries at the beginning, I noticed there was a pattern in a structure where it seemed like artists were not really given the freedom to just use art to express. And I realized my art was not the typical art that people teach and people are used to. My art is an expression of my inner world, and it's separate from what people are used to. And it allowed me to understand that my art not necessarily fitting in to a frame of definitive style or characteristic was also what made it different, what made it a tool for self-exploration and self-realization and even healing.
yes, that's what I see. You beautifully use art to shape your reality, do inner transformation and healing. That's
Yes.
beautiful. And I participate in one of your art workshops where you guide us to paint something like that's in our inner being. And that was amazing and very healing. Would you like to tell a little bit more about how you are using the art to connect to people and help people to connect to themselves?
Yes. So art essentially becomes a tool to translate energy. So, in guiding people to create intuitively, I guide them to connect to what they're feeling and translate that feeling into color and shapes and express as if you are making your art an extension of what you're feeling or what is flowing through you. That's one way that I create myself. Another way that I create is when I go into meditation and I see images and I see figures. I sometimes try to translate that into a visual representation, which is how I did my higher self painting. And other times it's just flowing in the moment. So what I do in my classes is I teach people to just flow in the moment and giving them the tools to translate the energies that they're feeling and expressing them. And it turns out to be a beautiful process. And a lot of people are amazed at what the outcome is because they're not being restricted by having a predisposed outcome within themselves, or they're not limited by how the painting is going to look like. They're just there in the moment and they know they're just expressing and translating energy instead of creating a perfect piece of art. And that freedom allows them to really be present with their emotion or the energies. And the more you do it, the more you clear the path for other subtle energies to flow.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And you have Instagram. Usually, when you're gonna have a new workshop like that, you post in your Instagram. So if you want to follow Delssy, if you want to be part of her next workshop, just follow her in the Instagram that will be on the description of this podcast, and then you can go from there. Delssy, now let's talk about the divine creator. It's very hard to make sure you can see with the
Yes.
yeah, I think you can see a little bit. The divine creator, divine creator. When I read this book, I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is a summary of all the books I read for like 17 years at the time I read the book. How she got into that? And then I realized that you got all intuitively. And then I read a lot about the real teachings of Jesus, like A Course in Miracles. Jesus, my autobiography. I also follow a channel that channels Jesus every 2 weeks. And all the teachings that are there, I could identify in this book. And many other things, concepts that comes from Dolores Cannon's book, and many other information. And I was really amazed to learn that you got that information all just looking within. And many people doesn't understand how that thing works through intuition, sometimes with your own voice. And when you get in alignment, when you rise your vibration, you clear your mind from negative thinking, or usually from the moving your mind to the past and the future, when you are in the present moment, and then you become a conduit, you become a channel of information, and you get your one downloads. I thought it was amazing when I got to my first downloads. I said, wow, from where this information is coming from? So, can you guide us a little bit more about how this book came to conception, how you create, how you manifested the Divine Creator book?
Yes, so Divine Creator started to unfold at the same time that I started to get into intuitive art and realize that my art was a tool, a pattern that I chose for accessing higher guidance and stepping into a more aligned version of myself. And in the book, I share that background, that story of how I got to notice that pattern, because everything in our lives, it's made out of patterns, and these patterns create a blueprint of how the physical reality unfolds. So when I started living, I didn't start writing the book right away, but when I started living the story that came to be Divine Creator, I was at a point in my life where I felt that I did not have enough time to do the things that I wanted to do. I was tied to a job that I was passionate about. So that part was good, but I was still feeling like I didn't have time to do other things. And at that time, my first child was about to start school, and I wanted to be there to take her and pick her up. And I thought, this is not how I want my reality to be. And so, just the intention and art as an outlet for realignment became the pattern that I worked on tangibly for my reality to unfold in a way that was more in alignment with what I wanted in my life. So I started to shape my reality in a way that things started to work out, and I had more time, and I didn't realize all the things that I was depriving myself of, by not having enough time to do simple things, just like contemplating and just having a meal without multitasking, for example, was a big thing for me. And so I attracted a situation that allowed me to have more time, and allow me to dive deep into those simple rituals that we have available each day. But when our mind is somewhere else, like the worry about being late to work or the worry about getting things done, which takes away from that moment. And when you really dive deep into simple moments, just, like simply sipping a tea and being fully present with the sensation of, the warm going down your throat and taste, and, how it feels when you hold it in your hands, those simple things of divine, deep presence um, became a conduit for all this divine energy to start flowing through me, because I was making myself more accessible by being in the moment. And so all these things that I was now able to do, because now I had the time to do them, took me to an elevated state of mind, state of being. And that's when I really started to create art from a channeling place rather than an expressive place. And I no longer needed to be inspired to create. I created because that made me feel inspired. And it was just this beautiful flow of energy through me. And I realized how simple it was to really awaken to the power of shaping your own reality by simply being present and doing all these things that just started to flow through me. Because once I made myself available to cosmic energy to reach me, I was getting all these downloads of things that I could do further to improve different things in my life. And it was very exciting, and I feel so passionate and just a deep sense of divine love. And I wanted everyone else to feel how simple, easy, and possible it is to feel all this abundance. So then the need to write the book came to me, and I started writing, and I started channeling all these exercises with all these chapters that were really portraying my story, what I was going through in the moment, and really um, the opportunity of channeling each exercise so that I can not only tell a story, but I can take people with me and carry them through the same energies and, you know, essentially teach them to shape their own reality by being present, for example, by realizing all these divine truths that we're not always aware of, that I now had access to because I liberated myself from all these outside blockages or interferences that were not allowing me to see myself as a divine creator of my own reality.
That's amazing, Delssy. And this is a manual that you needed. As she told, there is exercise that she practiced herself, and that's a book to have that you can just, okay, I'm really worried about how to reprogramming the ego. That's a good one. You can vote for this book. This book is a nominee on the Conscious Life Expo in February. The vote is open. That will go until December 31st. So on the description, there will be a link for you to go and vote for this book. And okay, that sounds all beautiful, but I'm not gonna just buy this book. Okay, go to MindSherpa.books.com. It will also be on the description, and read the sample. Over there, you are able to read, I think, 3 chapters, the introduction. I guarantee you, only those 3 chapters, you will already get something that will change your life. And of course, why not to get the whole book? If you want to buy, it's available at Amazon. They also let you read a sample. Maybe it's not the same chapters. Maybe you can even get more of it if you read both samples from Amazon and Mind Sherpa. But definitely take a look. Just learn for yourself. We are just here expressing how we feel about this book, but you can be your own judgment. Just go there, take a look, read, and see if it resonates with you. So let's talk a little bit about the Conscious Life Expo. 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, that's where I met you for the first time. We kind of just exchanged some messages from Instagram for almost a year. And then we finally started to talk more and really share more about our lives and each other. And I can tell you that you are one of my best friends at this moment. And I'm so grateful that you came to my life. And we will be together on the Conscious Life Expo. And I'm going to show the screen right now. Let me just go first to the website that I want to show. Okay, are you able to see?
Yes.
So if you are not sure what is the Conscious Life Expo, that's a 4-day event. I would say 3 days and a night event. Because on Monday it's only at night, and it's like there is some extra workshops at night. But for 3 days, you go there and you pay for the daily pass that will give you access for, I think, over 100 workshops and lectures and activation. On the first year, I decided that I would take advantage of all those activations and lectures. And I can tell you that there was so much activation done on me, and my consciousness expanded in a level that I wasn't expecting such a short time. It was amazing. I think in 3 days I did more than 20 workshops. I was on more than 20 workshops. And this year I will have the chance to be there, to be part of that. In only 2 years, my life changed completely. I went to someone that was there just like a visitor for the expo, to someone that can go there and really contribute. And I'm taking many people with me. We created together what I call the Star Seed Awaken community. And we're going to be offering some services. But before I go there, I would like you to see what else you're going to do there. You are able to vote for Delssy's and Bridget's book. So if you want to know more, here is the description of the book. And then you can go and buy at Mind Sherpa or at Amazon. If you wanted to vote straight, just come here. Vote. The vote is open. Just a click vote. You're gonna have to put your credentials, your email, and Divine Creator is just right here for you to access. And besides the vote, what else you gonna do there? We're gonna have a workshop. Well, I'm also part of a publisher that publish books in 3 languages, English, Portuguese, and Spanish. So we publish the Divine Creator in English and also the Visionaries handbook from Bridget, and they are both nominees on the expo. So we were gonna have a workshop together, the three of us. There will be a chakras activation. So Delssy, besides to be an artist, an author, she also do a beautiful sound healing. So that's what she will be doing on the workshop, a sound healing that will be to heal the chakras. I will do Reiki, and together we'll do quantum healing. And also Bridget she'll open the Akashic records of the collective, and she may give you some personal guidance, of course, with your authorization and the authorization of your guides. And she also do like personal touch healing. So that's one thing that we're gonna do. And right after this workshop, you're gonna have the chance to go buy Delssy's book and Bridget's book and have them sign it for you. During the 3 days, you can also go straight to the booth 150, and there will be some time. I'm gonna let you know what's Delssy's schedule, that you can go buy the book anytime during those days. But to have the book signed, of course, you need to go at the time that she'll be available there. And we're gonna have services that we already made them available. for you to purchase in advance. For example, if you purchase a service of 20 minutes in advance, you save a lot. That will be from 177 to 111. And I would ask Delssy to explain a little bit more about the services that she'll be providing there. You can see on the screen here that you have intuitive art reading. Can you describe a little bit what that is and how people can benefit from this service?
Yes, so the intuitive art reading is basically a deep dive into the clarity that your soul needs through art. So we'll be using color to draw upon information from your higher self so that you can have the clarity to move in accordance to your highest good and to move in accordance to what will bring the most benefit to a situation.
I'm just trying to visualize. You're gonna have like a notepad with some painting color pencils, I think, and then you're gonna draw their aura.
Yes, so the process is I dive into that creative state to draw upon a person's energy. I create a sketch with my eyes closed and then we decode it together. And if the person has further questions, we can ask up to 3 more questions related to that situation or inquiry.
That's beautiful. It sounds amazing. And the person get to take home the.
Yes, they get to take the sketch.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's 20 minutes. You may think, oh, it's not enough time, but I guarantee you there will be enough time. And it's all about information because you create with your thoughts. When you change just one piece of information can change your perception, and that perception will bring healing for something that maybe even with you for lifetimes or many generations. So there is deep transformation on those services. And of course, each person will experience in a different way. So let's go to the next one. You're also gonna do chakras reading. Can you describe a little bit how that would be?
Yes, so the process is similar, except we focus on each chakra and we determine where there might be a blockage or a need to transmute some energy. And we also bring the clarity of how to do so by focusing on the things that you can do to support that area.
So do you also gonna use the palette, the art to do?
Yes, yes. So
Nice.
I intuitively draw upon the energy of the person's chakra.
That's amazing. I love it.
Mhm.
And the person gets to take home too because we
Yeah.
are physical beings. We like to touch things. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love it.
We pretty much
And
go case by case. So if there's a need to do something at that moment, we also do so and we recreate a new chakra analysis to see if there has been any changes or
if
if the
you
desired change has taken place.
That's amazing. If you would like to connect with Delssy in person during the expo, at this moment you can go to the Awakening Path. You're gonna see a link to go to the page. Just the book because the spots are limited, and after it's done, it's gone, it's gone. So you're gonna need to wait for another opportunity.
Yeah, so
So,
these services are unique to the um, expo.
Yes, those
I'm
are for the expo.
I'm
If
not
you,
openly offering this offerings to public as of yet. So this is a good chance for people that want to experience that type of um, enhancement through clarity that can be easily applied.
yes. And then we have the divine creator and quantum light activation, and that will be 40 minutes.
Yeah, so
So
this is
that's for a deep transformation. Can you
yeah, so
explain a little bit more?
yeah, so this is basically the intuitive art reading and the chakra um, reading combined with quantum activation to create the portal, the space needed for each person to activate and, you know, allow any upgrades and updates within their um, energetic system that are unique to them. So first we go through the inquiry and, you know, we might find that the inquiry is shedding light into other aspects of the person's life that are not readily available. And in that way, we bring clarity and we go through the chakras to see where else is this showing up. And then finally, you go into quantum activation to target this situation or address anything that the person might be needing to activate, release, or even upgrade. And we do so with quantum journey and also by, the use of vocal toning.
That's amazing, Delcy. Can you explain a little bit about the quantum journey? Many people doesn't know what that means.
Yeah, so it is basically a guided meditation where I take you through how to connect with your higher guidance and how to spot areas within your energy system that you're ready to move past or transmute, and how to call forth the activations necessary to enhance your spiritual journey or your physical reality.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
So each services after you book, let's take a look at the cancellation policy. I think, let me see. You have, if you book, you change your mind, maybe you're not able to be on the expo, you need to do that with 4 days prior to the appointment. Because we want to make that spot available for a person that can take advantage. And if you still can't go and you already book, you can gift it to somewhere else. If you are able to, if you have someone that will be attending the expo, that's something that you are doing specifically just for this event. That's not a usual thing, but you already book. Let's say that happened only 1 day in advance. You didn't know that would happen, any emergency. If you have someone to attend, so we'll be able to see that person instead of you. Of course, it needs to be signed and agreement. But of course, if you have a real emergency, talk to us. Maybe we'll give you another gift that you not just lose everything, but that's how it is. And I'm so excited about this expo. And as I explained, there will be right now is five of us. that will be there in person. And all of us will also be on the workshop where trying helping to hold the high vibration of the space. So if you are planning to attend the Life Expo, our workshop will be on the first day, on Friday, February 20th at 12. This workshop, as I told, that will be the three of us working on doing the healing of all the chakras. And the session will be recorded and will be available for purchase later. If you attend the workshop, you'll be able to buy for 50% off. And independent of your buy or not, I put it together a guidebook for you to continue the healing for 21 days. So you just need to sign up your list because, of course, if we don't have your email and phone, how are we gonna send it to you, right? So you sign up on the list for the newsletter and you're gonna receive this guidebook to continue your healing. And during the workshop, we already rescheduled the energy to be with you for 21 days. And would you like to say a little something else about the expo before we go to the Divine Creator activation?
Yes, well, I would like to just say that this is a really amazing opportunity for you to get a sense of what it's like to own your own power, to manifest and create and get the clarity that you need. Um, and we have curated a group of amazing healers and individuals that will be available at our booth to also co-create this opportunity. And
So
I
then,
myself will only be available a few hours each day for the duration of the expo. So this is a big opportunity for you to come along and get to know all these amazing healers and the gifts that we have to offer.
I will make other videos where I'm gonna explain more. And I'm planning for the 20th of December. That will be next Saturday. I'm planning a live that will start at 11:30. I'm not 100% sure if everybody will gonna be able to show up, but we are planning that where we're gonna talk about our services, and each one of us will give a sample of the service for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So that's something for you to be tuned. And are you ready to start the activations?
Yes. So I'd like to ask for everyone to close their eyes for a moment and just take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Taking a moment to just be present with your breath. Your breath is the creative power that sustains your body and allows you to be in this physical experience. So just be with your breath for a moment. Focus on how it feels, how it flows. And how carelessly you engage in the breath on an everyday basis. Just breathe into the acknowledgement of the breath, the presence of the breath. Feel some gratitude for this breath. for it is the greatest focal point in every situation. By focusing on the breath, you can sense how when it becomes shallow, it is like a guiding point telling you to move away from something. And you can feel how when the breath is deep and it slows down, it signals that you are in a more natural state. So the breath is an amazing indicator of how to move through life. Every time we experience a challenging situation, if we focus on the breath and we breathe deeply, we prevent any blockages from sticking into our energy field. Because if you notice, every time there is a challenge or a strong emotion, our body tends to tense and hold up to whatever you're experiencing. It clings to an emotion, an impression of fear or impression of sadness. But if you just allow the breath to flow, you prevent anything from attaching. So in this moment, I would like for you to take a deep breath of release and just visualize that any density, any strong emotions, emotional impressions that are not in alignment with your highest good are released as you breathe in and let out. And really focus on the force as you let out the breath, and visualize that as you let the breath out, anything that is not in alignment with your highest good is released with that breath. And at this moment, you may visualize a desired situation within your life, within society, or within your body that you would like to manifest. Take a moment to visualize the outcome you would like to bring forth and focus on the sensations, the energies, and the beliefs that are tied to that reality. In this reality, I believe I am capable. In this reality, I believe I have everything I need. Focus on all those aspects that come with that reality. In this reality, I feel safer. I feel more authentic. In this reality, I am able to do what I need and want to do. Focus in and visualize anything that you would like to manifest. If it is a goal, how does that goal make you feel when achieved? And we're not going to merely focus on wanting, we are going to focus on experiencing the outcome and knowing that we have the power to live any reality. because everything we can imagine is already present, it's already real. And it's just a matter of aligning on our energies so that that reality can land into physical form. So allow yourself to visualize. Sometimes it's hard to visualize and feel and be in that moment of success where we desire to be, in that outcome. So for a moment, if you need to, step away from this image and go to a memory where you felt the same sensations of success, the same sensations of love, of freedom, and sit with that memory for a moment so that you can draw upon that energy and bring it forth so that we can paint our new reality with that energy. This is only if it's difficult for you to visualize yourself in that moment where you have already acquired your most desired reality. So, was it the birth of a child that made you feel so much love, so much tenderness, so much completion, so much success? Or was it graduating from something you really wanted to study? Or was it winning a raffle? Or was it getting that new toy for Christmas when you were a child? What is a memory that you can bring back to draw upon the energy that will make you relive, remember how you would feel, how you want to feel when you manifest the reality that you are trying to bring forth? So after you're able to tap into this energy, leave the image of the memory and bring the sensation to the thing that you're trying to manifest. Feel all the feels that it comes with. A sense of accomplishment, celebration. And now bring some color into this experience. And as you feel how the outcome will feel within your energy, focus on how this outcome would be translated into color. What color would most represent this moment? Is it a soft pink? Is it a golden yellow? Once you're able to draw upon that color that would translate this moment, take a deep breath, and as you do, inhale this color and fill yourself up completely with this color. And as you exhale, exhale anything that is the opposite and exhale it as the color gray. Visualizing that as you breathe out, you release every blockage, every obstacle standing in a way that is preventing from that is preventing you from landing into this reality that you would like to manifest. Breathe in the color of manifestation. Breathe out the color of anything standing between the manifestation and yourself. Take another deep breath and really focus on painting this reality with that color, enhancing its potential, enhancing its unfolding. Hold it for 5 seconds. Allow it to release anything that is not in alignment with this intention. Now we're going to do this 2 more times and hold that color in with me. Visualizing how it paints your reality, how it enhances this intention, this wish fulfillment. One more time. Mm. We're going to do this one last time. Inhaling the color, and as you hold it, you're going to visualize that you are really soaking yourself into this experience, this color, this manifestation, allowing the sound to sink it in deeper so that it can be reflected in your outer reality with grace and ease, allowing the sound to take you. Once again, taking a deep breath and holding it in with me. Gently and softly begin to become aware of your body, your physical vessel, feeling refreshed, feeling grateful, feeling aligned, and downloading all the things that will call forth this energy that we have worked with into physical form. What does this reality call forth? Does it call forth for a new habit? Or perhaps it requires that you stop behaving in certain ways. Perhaps it requires a different expression on the outer world. Allow yourself to simply download without thought, to simply visualize all these changes landing into your body, mind, and soul, so that you instinctively allow them to unfold within your reality. And they might show up as sudden inspirations and sudden ideas of things you might want to explore, things you might want to do different. Do not attach and just allow. Be in the truth and comfort that you have already anchored and intended for something to show up in the physical realm. And it's only a matter of alignment for it to manifest. Allow yourself to gently come back to the space you're in. Move your body around. You may rub your hands together or shake them. Gently open your eyes and allow yourself to come back to your physical reality.
I love it.
Thank
Wow,
you.
that's amazing. And let us know in the comments how you felt. And it's not just about how you feel when you are doing, but a lots of transformation will continue come forth during maybe 3, 7 days. That was amazing,
Mhm.
Delssy, to have
Thank you.
you here today. I hope that everyone that is watching really enjoy as much as I did. On the description, you're gonna find all the ways that you can connect with Delssy. If you are around Los Angeles, California, on February 20th to 22nd, please come and visit us at the Conscious Life Expo, booth 150. And if you feel inspired to use one of our services, I suggest that you book in advance because you cannot guarantee that there will be any spot left on the day of the sessions. So much love and light to you. But before I say goodbye, can you give us some departure message?
Yes, of course. I think we're all in alignment with the idea that we are more than we have been led to believe. And it is time for us to acknowledge our power to create our reality and move away from any victim mentality so that we can realize our highest potential, because we are all expressions of a divine consciousness, and we are nothing less. It is only the veils that have been put in front of us that have prevented us from seeing who we truly are and how powerful our unfolding really is. Because together we weave reality, we weave the consciousness and the evolution of Mother Earth. So we are much needed in our highest expression so that together we can bring about the changes that our society are in most need right now. So together we can do it. Maybe not through us, but within your own reality. Seek to dive deeper into your own expression, into your own being, and see what your soul guides you towards. It is necessary, it is much needed, and we are ready for that as a collective and as a species. We're here to help weave a reality where we can be free from all limitation.
Well said. And I can't say goodbye yet before I tell you that, you know, that idea that you have, that nagging voice that you are listening, that you hear all the times. Look, it's time to do this. Maybe it can be like open a YouTube channel to talk about health eating, or talk about gardening or art or anything that you can think. Oh no, I don't have time for that, or nobody gonna listen to me. Who am I to be there doing those things? That's your ego talking. Each one of us, especially the ones that we signed up to come here and make the difference, at this moment, until you listen to that voice and put in action, it will just start nagging you, will continue nagging you, and things will move around until you say yes, because you decided to do that. So why not start today? And all the answers that you need is really inside you. And then you say, oh, but I don't have everything I need to create a YouTube channel, for example. And when I was inspired to create a YouTube channel 4 years ago, first I got that nagging voice for at least 3 months before. Create a YouTube channel. People need to know what you already know. And my first answer, oh no. Be public, become famous. Well, I always think that you can, if you go to YouTube channel, you need to think that you one day you can be famous, right? Why not? So I don't want to be famous. And I think I'm still learning. I don't have much thing to say. And I don't have time. And then I just started meeting people where I started speaking to them about what I said, and many times I could see the facial expression on people, how they would change after 5, 10 minutes. So I finally give up and say, okay, I think I already have something to say, but I still don't have time. So until November 8th, 2021, I was fired from my job because I refused to take the pandemic medicine. So they fired me one day, and then I said, okay, now I have time. I don't have any more excuse. So the next day I created 2 videos and I created the YouTube channel. And did I had everything that you need to create a YouTube channel? Yes, but not with like the lighting and everything you think, but just do with what you have and improve later. That's what I done. You take action with what you have and just trust that whatever you need will come to you on time. So I say, oh no, but for me to do this, I need this, and that. Start with what you have, and you're going
Yeah.
to see how things will align. Delssy, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and grace with us. And thank you for watching. And see you next time. Much love and light to you.
Thank you. Thank